Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today we are looking at Chapter 35 of Kaiju number 8. This will be the spoiler-free review, and I don't know that this is going to be very long because there's not much I can tell you about it without giving at least some small spoilers, but oh my goodness! This is a very indulgent chapter. I have enough faith in the authors that on multiple readings, which I fully plan on doing, I will find more plot building and world building in here than is just obvious. But this is what we come to a kaiju manga for, this kind of chapter. It's just glorious. We get to learn some more about Commander Shinomiya and his background. And unsurprisingly, we learned something that I think we can all assume, so I'm not going to call it a spoiler. He was considered to be the strongest member of the defense force when in his day, and he's still nothing to sneeze at. But anyway, we get to see some very interesting technology. And just kind of on an art note, there is a very interesting hexagon pattern. I think I've seen it crop up before, where you have alternating white and black hexagons, and it seems to be indicative of something. I don't think that the artist would have just drawn those at random, so I think it might be indicating something about the machinery that it's on. And again, Kafka is trying to defend his humanity, and this leads to just some very interesting situations that ends on a fantastic cliffhanger. But like I said, there's just not much I can tell you without going into spoilers. And but the artwork, these artists, they're masters of minimalism. I've mentioned before that if artwork is too crowded, if there are too many lines, if there's too much ink on the page, it stresses out my brain because I'm having to decipher what's important and what's not. And there's this one page, the artwork is incredibly simple. There's very little detail, and all it is a series of swishy lines. This is usually the kind of lines that you see in a very, very vague background image, but it's really the main focus of the midground in this image. And it's interesting. It's as if it's being drawn from the memory of the people who experienced it, and it's like how you would remember a traumatic event. No detail, just a sensation of getting, well, punched. And there's very interesting panels. These artists just do movement very well. And again, there's just not much I can say without giving spoilers. There are so many pages in this chapter that are just, they're very well drawn, but they're very impressionistic. They're very much a representation of what the characters are feeling rather than what they're actually seeing or doing. We actually do learn something about previous numbered kaiju. Go now, read the chapter, come back, and we'll talk about it fully tomorrow with my full spoiler video. These artists, they just never cease to amaze me. This is not what I was expecting from this chapter, and yet I was thoroughly satisfied. And yet, I really can't say that we got any real answers out of this chapter. This was, again, it really feels like an indulgent chapter that gives kaiju fans what kaiju fans want. So, go read the chapter, come back, we'll get my full spoiler review tomorrow, and coming up soon, I'm going to have an interview with both Dan Exclaims and Grim Saber. We're going to have a three-way conversation about these 3 chapters. Hopefully that should be up in 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they thought about this. Until I post that, I'll have several more analysis videos to post. And to hold you over until the next chapter, go check out in the links below, Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, A Book of Human Absurdity, or Dying Embers, Dragons, Aliens, and Things That Go Boop in the Night. One of them will break your heart, one of them will split your sides. So go check out those links to get those books, and peace out, my wonderful viewers.
The book from author Betty Adams, Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, is a humorous look at human behavior through the eyes of aliens. This book is arranged in separate reports or essays, documenting the experiences with humanity through the lens of the aliens who have to interact with them. This anthology of short stories and vignettes from alien points of view highlights some of humanity's quirks we can all relate to. Author Betty Adams captures how strange and interesting humans can really be. This is a fun collection of stories you will really get a kick out of. Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, from author Betty Adams. Order your copy right now on Amazon.